little confession to make. I have a whip situation. I have a lot of works in progress right now. I actually don't even know how many they are and how I got into this position in the first place. But today is going to be all about remedying that, getting control back of all of these knitting and crochet projects, and I'm going to take you along with me. The first thing I'm going to do is download a workbook that I created back in 2019, back when I had control of my whip situation, and it's called Honey, Get Control of Your Whips, and I redesigned it, and I'm going to go ahead and print it out right now because that's how I'm going to work through this enormous problem that I have right now. But you can also get the workbook yourself. It's a free download on my website, and you'll find a link for it in the description box below. So I know there are some of you out there who thrive on having multiple whips, and it helps to keep you engaged and you don't feel bored if you have more than one whip. But that's not me. I actually feel kind of overwhelmed right now, and I really need to just get this under control. So I'm going to start the workbook, and the very first thing that the workbook says that we've got to do is we've got to count all of our whips, and we're going to list them on the worksheet page. I'm going to bring them all here into my craft room because some of them are actually upstairs. I keep them in various places, so that's why it gets out of control. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Actually forgot about one of them and had to go back upstairs and get it. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but I know that by working through this, I'm going to get control of what's going on here and get a plan together for how I'm going to finish them, because that's the most important part. So what I'm going to do is on my little worksheet, it's gathering them all up, counting them, and then listing them in the worksheet. So I'm going to do that now. The next step in the workbook is to actually go through and gather up all the materials for each one of these projects. So I think most of them have what they need, but I need to be sure, so I'm gonna go gather all that up. So the next step is to actually go through the workbook and make sure that these all spark joy. And that goes back to Marie Kondo when she was doing that amazing TV show where she helped people get control of all their messes, and she actually used that term and that phrase, does this spark joy? Because if it doesn't spark joy, then it's time to get rid of it. So I'm gonna go through each of these and just think about them for a minute, but I'm pretty sure they all spark joy. I typically don't work on projects I don't actually like. So I also have some recommendations in the workbook to give you some ideas in the event that you've got a project and you're like, I really don't like it. I don't think I'm ever gonna finish it. So you'll find all of that in the workbook if you're in that position. Step 4 in the workbook is to go through and look for due dates and deadlines. So all of these are pretty much open-ended except for 2 of these projects, and I wanted to get those due dates down. So the first one of my projects that actually has a due date is a brand new cat that I'm making, and I've made the other one. Oh, here it is. So this is the little cat that I made, and I'm making a little boy version of it right now, but this one is actually going to be a gift for my son's neurologist, and that may sound really weird, but we have an amazing neurologist up at Duke University, and he is leaving and going to a new hospital somewhere else, but I wanted to just thank him for all the help that he has given our son. So I'm going to try to incorporate the colors of Duke University, which is blue and white, and I think it's going to be really fun. But our last appointment with him is on June 1st, so I do have a deadline, so I'm going to put it in my workbook. The other one that I am working on is, let me get it. This big bag right here is a bunch of new yarn from Premier Yarns, and this is actually a company that is based out of Harrisburg, North Carolina. They're actually only 15 minutes away from me. So I'm testing out some new yarn, and I'm really excited about it because I'm always on the hunt for new amigurumi yarns. And although this is a deadline that I'm making up in my head, I actually really want to have this little experiment done by the end of June. I'm gonna give myself plenty of time to make sure that I go through each one of these yarns because I have quite a few of them to go through, and I want to test them and see what I think. So I'm gonna put that deadline down as well. Step 5 in the workbook is to actually look at the projects and see how much time you have left to complete them. So are there some that you can get done really, really quickly, like it's only gonna take you a couple of hours or maybe a couple of days, and guesstimate how long it will take you to complete the project. So I'm gonna give you a little example, and I'm going to go with Gus the Seagull here. I am 99.9% of the way finished with this. This would literally take me 15 minutes to complete because guess what? This poor little guy has never gotten his tail sewn on. How terrible is that? That's just shameful of me. I've left it this way for an entire year. So it will take me no time at all to just go ahead and do this, and I could be done with him today, which would just give me a lot of satisfaction that I could check him off my list and I'm done. So I'm gonna write down that he will only take about 15 minutes. The other project that I have that really isn't gonna take long to finish are my Selbu socks that I knit. The only thing that I need to do is I need to weave in the ends and I need to block them. But the thing that I have to do, and the reason why this is taking me so long to do it, is that I really need to watch the final video for this particular sock, which is from Knitography Farm. Once I actually watch the video, because Patricia has a very specific way how she wants you to block them and then weave in the ends, and I can't remember if you block them first and then weave in the ends or if it's the other way around. So I have to sit down and watch the video, which I think is about 30 minutes, and then it's going to take me some time to weave in the ends, and then the blocking obviously may take a day or two. So I could have this done by the end of the week. So I'm going to put this as, say, 3 days. I'm going to be very generous with myself. I want to make sure that I write down how long it's going to take for each one of these. Step number 6 is to look at your supplies. Are there any supplies that you need to order or you need to go buy to be able to complete the project? Because if you need to do that, you probably want to go ahead and get that done so that way you get all the supplies in, because that can be a hindrance to finishing a project. And that's always frustrating when you get to the very end and you realize, oh my gosh, I don't have enough yarn, or I need this particular size of crochet hook to finish this, or whatever. So all of these, thankfully, I have all the supplies I need to finish them, which is great. So I don't need to do that. And the final step is to list the projects in the order that I want to work on them and complete them. And that is the part that makes me so excited, because I feel like, all right, now I know which project I should work on today. This is the one I'm gonna do tomorrow. This one will be the next day. And that helps me so much because I get overwhelmed when I have all these projects. And once I counted them, I can't believe I have 6. No, that's not 6, that was 2. 6! I have 6 whips right now. It's gonna be fine because I'm gonna list them out. I'm going to get to work on them. So it's gonna be okay. So you actually have a sheet in the very back of the workbook where you can just go ahead and list them in order. I love having this list. This just makes me feel so good that I know what I'm gonna be working on. But I thought I would share with you each one of the projects and give you a little bit more detail. So this is little Claude, and I made him last summer and he was a really, really fun project. But I do have some bad news. This pattern is no longer available, but I do believe in the brand new Animal Friends of Peek-a-Pow book that is coming out November of 2022. There's going to be a seagull pattern that is pretty similar to this one, and I think it's going to be really cute. So that would be a great alternative if you're like, I really want to make that seagull. You'll have one to make. And you can also look on Etsy and Ravelry as well for other seagull patterns because they're available as well. So, but he is really cute. So I can't wait to get this one finished. I'm going to do it today. The next project project I'm going to finish are my Cell Boo socks. I really enjoyed this class from Knitography Farm, and I'm so glad that I only have a little bit left to go. And yes, it's almost summer here in North Carolina, but these will be ready for me when it starts to get cold again. So I'm going to be able to knock out 2 whips this week. The third project I'm going to finish is the cat, and I think he's going to take me about another week to finish, and that's going to be great. I'll get the other 2 projects knocked out, and then I can really just focus on getting this one done. And I really do think it will only take me another week to finish him. It's good. I'm good on time, so I'm really happy about that. And this one is going to be a little boy. I usually like to make the toys several times in a row before I publish the pattern. So make sure the pattern is right and then get it tested and do all the things that you need to do to have a pattern come out. But eventually this pattern will be out. If you saw my video from 2 weeks ago, it was our trip to England, and I got to visit the most amazing yarn shop in London. I decided to pick up the pinwheel mitts kit at Loop London, and ooh, I've had so much fun working on this one, and I am finished with one of the mitts right now. They're fingerless mitts, and I am kind of obsessed with color work right now. I just loved working on these. This was so much fun. So I have this one finished. It hasn't been blocked yet, but oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I can't wait to wear these when it gets cold again, but they are just so beautiful. They feel so great. This was a very reasonably priced kit. I think it was 17 or 18 pounds, and when I did the conversion on that, it was somewhere around $23 for this kit, which I think is really great because you can make 2 pairs of mitts with the yarn. And this yarn, let me get it out, is just so beautiful. Now, it's not super soft. It's really nice to work with. It's a little bit toothy, a little bit like this Norwegian wool. It's a little bit thinner though, and it's just really nice to knit with. So if you're looking for a gorgeous project to work on and you like color work and you like knitting, this one is really great. It's affordable, and it was so wonderful to work on. Oh, let me show you how close I am to finishing this one. I'm like really close to finishing this one. You can see that I've already got the thumb here. I don't have that much left to work on. So this one won't take very long at all, but I do need to finish these other projects first before I pick these back up. So I am really excited about what's in this box, but I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek and let you know about it right now because this is a crochet along going on as we speak. I just got my shipment of yarn in the mail, and Tess from Crocheted by Tess generously gifted this to me, so I'm so excited about this. If you have ever seen any of the designs by Crocheted by Tess, she has the most beautiful style. She lives in Sweden in this beautiful archipelago island. It is extraordinary where she lives, and she is just such a amazing designer, and she has the website Sisters in Stitch. Basically, there are 2 different projects you can choose from. You can choose the pillow or the blanket, and I decided I'm gonna make the pillow, and there are 3 different colorways, and they are all so gorgeous, and I cannot wait to show you the one I picked. The colorways are Saunter in the Sunlight, Stroll by the Sea, and Walk in the Woods. They're all gorgeous colors, but I decided to pick one that I think will look really cute in my craft room here. What I wasn't expecting is that the pillow form actually is in here. So I've already got the pillow form, and I thought I was gonna have to order that. So that is amazing. So I chose the Saunter in the Sunlight, and look at these gorgeous colors. I feel like my heart is beating faster just looking at them. Oh my goodness, I love these colors so much. I cannot wait to get started on this project. So this is the next one that I'm working on. Oh, I just want to squish it. So beautiful. The next one, and this is the one that is really just more of a passion project for me, is testing all these Premier yarns, and I cannot wait to open this. Oh, okay, I'm gonna need some scissors to get this one open. I am so excited about this yarn. Oh my goodness. I wonder if you can guess what animal I might be thinking about designing here soon based on these colors. So this is their Stitch Please. I have also ordered this cotton fair, which let me tell you, if you've ever been here before, you may know that I don't like to use cotton because it kind of bothers my joints a little bit, but this is a cotton blend. It's 52% cotton, 48% acrylic. Look at those colors. Oh, look at these gorgeous colors. Oh my gosh. Okay. I've already been using this yarn and I'm kind of obsessed with it. I think it is really nice. I already really love it. So anyway, before I get ahead of myself, I've been testing quite a few of their yarns, and I also picked up the Bella Cash yarn, which, oh my goodness, I'm so excited to work with as well. I'm just writing everything down right now in my little notebook here, and this is where I like to keep a lot of my notes. I'm always on the hunt for great yarns for amigurumi. I love affordable yarns. I love luxury yarns as well, but I would love to find yarns that are accessible to a lot of people and that come in wonderful colors and that feel great and work great for toys. So that is really important to me. I'm going to share all the information about this yarn at some point once I have it all in a chart form and get it all together. So I really hope that you enjoyed today's video, and make sure to get your own copy of Honey Get Control of Your Whips. But thank you for spending this little bit of time with me today. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, if you would please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching to the end. That really is so nice of you. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. I wish I could talk today. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the bell notifications. And I will see you next week. Happy stitching.